Welcome back. I'm Dr. Amelia Hart, and it's good to have you here. Picture this. You pour out everything you own, your time, your energy, your money, into someone, and still, it never turns into the loyalty you hoped for. That's a hard truth to face, but it's real. A woman's loyalty doesn't work the way most men assume. You may think that sacrifice and constant proof of your worth will lock in her loyalty. It won't. In truth, the harder you try to prove yourself, the quicker you might push her right out the door. Why does this happen? It comes down to one simple but powerful truth. Women don't stay loyal because of what you do for them. They stay loyal because of how you make them feel. That difference sounds small, but it will completely reshape how you think about relationships. Once this idea clicks, everything you believed about love and loyalty will finally start to make sense. Most men grow up hearing the same lie. Be nice, be supportive, do more, give more. So they pour in time, money, and emotional energy, believing this is the secret to winning her loyalty. At first, it seems to work. She enjoys the attention and the gestures, but there's a trap hiding here. Appreciation is not loyalty. Comfort is not desire. Giving more does not automatically buy her heart. Here's the first real truth about psychology. Women bond with emotional experiences, not with effort. It isn't about how much you do. It's about how she feels while she's with you. You can give her everything and still watch her attachment fade if the emotional spark disappears. Some men barely lift a finger, yet women stay completely drawn to them, while others give everything and still get replaced. That's not luck. That's psychology. Now here's the real game changer. Women stay loyal to how a man makes them feel about themselves, not to his consistency or his sacrifices. It isn't earned through actions alone, it's built through identity. When you overgive just to keep her, you're really telling her you're scared of losing her. And fear kills attraction fast. This fear often turns into desperation, and desperation always shows. Think about it honestly. When you constantly try to prove your worth, what message are you sending? You're telling her without words that you don't already believe you're enough. Women can feel this desperation even when nothing is said out loud. And once they feel it, attraction starts fading away. This is the trap so many good men fall into without realizing it. Here's a truth many men refuse to accept. Women rarely leave because a man is bad. They leave when a man turns emotionally weak, when he starts reacting instead of leading, when he chases validation instead of holding his boundaries, when he over-explains himself instead of standing firm. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but it happens slowly, quietly, and it happens more often than most men admit. I've watched this pattern repeat itself again and again. A once confident, grounded man slowly turns insecure. He starts asking, "Are we okay?" Too often, he apologizes for things that were never his fault. He begs for constant reassurance. And as this shift happens inside him, she begins pulling away emotionally. She might still care, but the loyalty, the real loyalty, quietly disappears. Now let's talk about identity, because this truth gets overlooked constantly. Women aren't loyal to your personality or your effort. They're loyal to your identity. It sounds subtle, but it explains why some men keep loyalty effortlessly while others struggle no matter how hard they try. A strong identity means your actions matter less because your presence already speaks for itself. A man who walks away from disrespect, who doesn't fall apart emotionally, who never begs for attention, shows real internal value. That value is what pulls women in and keeps them close. Meanwhile, a man who constantly seeks approval, needs reassurance, or becomes emotionally dependent is signaling weakness. And women are never loyal to weakness. no matter how kind or generous that man may be. This is a hard pill for many men to swallow. They believe kindness and constant giving will earn loyalty. But loyalty isn't earned through more effort. It's inspired by who you already are. Build a strong identity, and loyalty follows naturally. Stay weak inside, and no amount of giving will make her stay. It all starts with self-respect, boundaries, and knowing your own worth. There's also a big difference between obligation and loyalty, one most men confuse constantly. A woman might feel obligated to you, comfortable around you, even grateful for what you've done. That is not loyalty. Obligation is a mental scorecard. Loyalty is emotional and deep. When she stays from obligation, she's counting what you've given her. When she stays from loyalty, there's no scorecard at all. Women are also loyal to momentum, not the past. When a man keeps growing, chasing goals, and moving forward, she feels pulled toward him. But once he stagnates, gets too comfortable, or stops challenging himself, that pull fades fast. Attraction isn't built on nostalgia. It's built on who you are becoming right now and where your life is actually heading next. How a man handles loss matters just as much as how he handles success. Women stay loyal to men who face setbacks with grace, who stay grounded instead of falling apart. A man who says, "I care about you, but I won't beg," becomes unforgettable. Emotional stability, more than any single achievement, is what makes a man impossible for her to easily walk away from. So what are women truly loyal to? Emotional strength, self-respect, direction, a clear sense of identity. Stop trying to earn loyalty through sacrifice. Start building the kind of man who doesn't need her approval to feel whole. When you stop chasing and start embodying real value, loyalty stops being something you fight for. It becomes something that simply follows you. If this gave you real clarity on loyalty, like this video and subscribe for more. Check out our other videos for deeper insight into psychology and relationships. These are the truths most people are too afraid to say out loud, but they're the ones that will change how you understand love and loyalty for good.